I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no playing, these red bottoms on no Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no playing, these red bottoms on no Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram.
My girl. So you talking about what? I got nothing, man. I got nothing on no neck. No, straight like that, though.
Mike Wilmer.
Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. Ducking. In my guys design your post. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Nothing for no nothing. Nothing gets to me too close. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most. I was ducking. Me and my guys design your post. Look in your eyes and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah? You can't be the cops. I can't play myself out like that. Keep getting that dope. Counting mine won't be trying to get no on my note. I would die bad on my look. My dog like farmers go. Ain't been sweet, but neither is me. So my B300 the most. I keep close. Phones, but I don't boast. I know what it's like to not have that ain't gonna try me with I see. Jadakiss. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah? Come through. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah? Come through. Vibing, riding 285 just in my thought. Do I need go? Ain't got no time to get. I can't leave my foot down bad like that. Guess I'm just gon' slow. Partner say he got. This where I'm focused. Need to focus more. That's ain't no. He ain't gon' like that. Step on my free world out there in the bluffy side. Just might see me and can't turn me down. This ain't that vert. Got all was on we cook. Got off them. Got up every time I feel the dick. Got up every time I feel the dick. You look fair to mention when you gossip in your kitchen. High up, down in prison, high up, down in trenches, huh? Come through. What time you wanna, yeah? Come through. Come through. What time you wanna, yeah?
Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight song. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight song. First off, bow down, cause this feel like midnight club at D-Town. What's up? Double additional keys in the ignition. My hat tip it, Dontrell Willis with the feet.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Charlotte Hornets. The jump won by the Charlotte Hornets. To Miles Bridges. Walker. Man, that was a tough shot.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Jay, the Knicks searched long and hard for their next head coach. They chose David Fizdale. Why was this the right choice?
Well, first off, he's a two-time NBA champion as assistant coach with D. Wade and LeBron James from Miami Heat. And I got some time to spend with him down in Miami at D. Wade's fantasy camp. He is hard and very stern, but it comes from a brotherly place. His ability to build the right culture in New York will be imperative, but it all starts with that kind of teaching.
Has a chance? No good. No daylight. Great defense. To Hardaway. Fires the three. Nice setup. And it's Hardaway with the three off the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Miles Bridges to Kemba Walker. Shot won't go. To Hardaway. The shot blocked by Williams.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lee. To Moutier. New York with 4 to shoot. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Moutier into the front court. Down just a couple. Over to the right side. To Hardaway. Moutier. Hardaway. He made his first effort, but not that time. To Miles Bridges. Nice pass to get things going.
I tell you, he's so special, Ed. He makes the game look easy.
A lot of hard work to make it look easy. Moutier with it up top. Trailing by 4. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Batum. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Big finish at the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Knocked loose.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kembe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Walker. 4-3. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Timeout here for the Knicks as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Jay, last few drafts, the Knicks have gone younger. What do you like about Kevin Knox and his raw potential?
His upside. He just turned 19 on August 11th of this past summer, and what he did in Summer League blew my mind. Was first-team All-NBA Summer League, averaged 24 points, shooting 47% from the field. This kid has every chance to be a star.
Count the basket at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Hornets at the controls of this one.
Screen come, screen come.
Walker. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Porzingis, Tenilakina. Gets it in the left corner. For three, well defended, but Knox with the three.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
KP, Kristaps Porzingis. Missed his first, that one goes.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Walker. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Walker with the basketball. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? To Porzingis. KP, Kristaps Porzingis. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Tenilakina with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Deep three at the buzzer. We're through one here at Madison Square Garden with the Knicks on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Good start to this one. After 1 quarter of play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Parker. Knocks it down from mid-range. Nothing going here on that drive. Tenilakina. Enes Kanter. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Enes Kanter, a former number 3 overall pick for the Jazz, maybe hasn't lived up quite to the high of billing just yet. But he's put together a few solid years and actually wound up 6th in the league in rebounding just a season ago. Plus, you got to love the way he tries to troll LeBron James on social media.
And scores.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Parker with it. Margins 8. He shoots. Oh, off the mark to Kevin Knox.
Oh, yeah, that's light work. That's light work.
here. Won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
From the painted area, won't go down. Kevin Knox to Cantor. And it's Cantor. 3 for 3 in this first half. Now the Hornets take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Into the game for the Charlotte Hornets, number 0.
Parker to Miles Bridges. Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. Here's a chance from long range. Won't go down. Trying to cash in. Shot by Thomas misses.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
From long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Oh, a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Knocked loose. Keeps the ball in bounds. That's what you want to see. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
And if you're a Hornets fan, you're really excited about this selection by Mitch Kupchak, your general manager. Bridges, hailing from Flint, Michigan, really embodies what a Flintstone is. That toughness, that grit that every team needs, that glue that keeps everybody together.
Miles Bridges, deep left corner. Knocked loose. Couldn't keep it in. Off Mario Hezonja. So the possession stays with the Hornets. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Batum. Parker. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Lee. Beyond the arc for 3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Porzingis. Oh, Courtney Lee. 2-4 now.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Moutier. To Lee. Moutier. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
Parker into the front court. Trailing by 11. Miles Here comes the screen.
On your right.
Baseline drive. Gets a shot up off the mark. It goes down. Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Hey fans, have you seen the latest items in our silent auction? Have a look for yourself at the display behind section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For Charlotte, number 15, Kemba Walker. Stepping in.
Runner here won't go. To Hardaway. Doesn't get the bounce. Hardaway. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down by 15. Baseline drive. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
New York Knicks basketball. Flushes it home.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
It's in the jeans. Tim Hardaway Jr., hand in his face, hits the tough three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Miles Bridges over to the right side. Walker. The Knicks clear the board. Goes to the left side. Moutier. To Hardaway. Goes to the right side. Porzingis. Textbook defense. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't get the bounce.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Knicks didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks. The Charlotte have yet to appear after one half of basketball. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, They need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scores. For the Charlotte Hornets,
Game draft. Bench points.
the Hornets had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Moutier into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. And the basket good at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
And that one is out. Rebounds pulled down by New York.
Backs up. That's me. I got ball.
Hardaway to Moutier. Lee. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Hornets have the basketball.
Defense,
Walker. Takes stock of the floor. To Kemba Walker. The Hornets with 4 to shoot. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Walker. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Has a look. Not that time. Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim.
I'm sorry, his name is not John Wall or Russell Westbrook. So why is he getting a free pass down the entire length of the floor?
Here comes the screen. Walker. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Walker. Short jumper won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Kemba Walker. Fires the 3. That's dancing with danger. Kemba Walker left wide open, and he drills it for 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Moutier. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Walker. To Batum. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Denied by Porzingis.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And count the basket inside.
Get it, shoot it again.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Hornets right now in possession to Miles Bridges. Sizing up the defense. Miles Bridges to Nick Batum. You've got to get that one to go. Lee with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. To Batum. Easy path to the rim.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Moutier with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. Hardaway buries it on the catch and shoot.
Tim Hardaway Jr. epitomizes what it is to be a Knick. As someone who grew up in the tri-state area, you're used to seeing guys like Oakley, John Starks play with that passion, play with that fire. Tim Hardaway answered the bell, especially last year, doing his thing right after Kristaps Porzingis went down before All-Star break.
Now whistle, and Charlotte is going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Parker to Nick Batum. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kristaps Porzingis. Batum has a chance. Not that time. To Kevin Knox. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Knicks come away with it. Ntilikina, pass to the rim. Charlotte with the basketball. Parker to the basket, but a shot misses. To Porzingis. Lets it fly from long range. The danger of KP. Porzingis hits the three with the hand in his face.
They call this man the unicorn for a reason. It's a rarity to ever find talent like this. And KP is that miracle that Knicks fans have been waiting for years.
KP with the swat.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And he finishes at the rim.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Knocked loose. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kristaps Porzingis. New blood coming in for both sides.
For the Charlotte Hornets, number 15, Kemba Walker. Entering the game for the New York Knicks, number 32, Noah Vonleh.
Trying to cash in. Can't connect. Now he was smothered and still gets it to go down. They'll let one fly from half court. 3 quarters complete with the Knicks enjoying a sizable lead. Hornets with the first possessions here in the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here.
My ball. I got ball.
Gets to the basket and scores.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Short jumper off the mark. Ntilikina. Has a look.
Coming through.
Can't connect. Parker with it. His guys down big. To Miles Bridges. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Pass stolen by the Hornets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Marvin Williams at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 80% at the line. First one, counted.
For the New York Knicks, number 3, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Good shot.
Ntilikina into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Hits the three-pointer.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Here comes the screen. Shot from in close, no good. Count it.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Parker into the front court. Down a bundle to Miles Bridges. Denied by Cantor.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And counted at the rim.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Parker to Miles Bridges. Got a piece to knock it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
To Hardaway. Drives, but his shot won't go down.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout for the Knicks as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions.
Yes, me and you.
Moutier to Hardaway. To Moutier. It's good. That's the guy you want to leave open.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The shot, almost. Knicks with the basketball.
I got ball. Hey, I got a little one on me.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach.
Hands off, get the board.
Rebound taken down by Moutier.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Here comes the screen.
Watch the screen.
Can't connect. Hardaway to Moutier. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Walker to Batum. Curling inside. The shot blocked by KP.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Hardaway. Fires the three. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
The drive, right to the basket. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Porzingis. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Entering the game for the Knicks, number 8, Mario.
I got ball. E fool. You get it right.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. 4-3. Emmanuel Moutier, if he can improve his shot, look out.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Batum to Parker. Tony Parker not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Stuffs it down with authority. Long key from three-quarters court. It's a victory for the Knicks as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks, it's away in a blowout. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the New York Knicks. The Hornets seemed to give up on this game as it got more challenging.
And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future.
The Charlotte Hornets relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The New York Knicks were able to stretch the defense because of how effectively they were scoring from long range. The opposition couldn't make the necessary adjustments and now have to settle with a loss.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This is what the future holds for the New York Knicks. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the fed. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying, hey, supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
Still screaming free the fan, they coming home now. All this about my I got up now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now.